Hi everyone. What a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous day. It is actually New Year's Eve day, about 10 in the morning, still about minus 10 in Celsius, almost no wind, and again, I'll show you what I'm looking at. In my mind, that's about as beautiful as it can get. In this episode, I'll cover a few things, but obviously part of it's going to be what I spent the entire day yesterday doing, cleaning snow. No complaints, but we did get a pretty good dump of snow yesterday. Obviously we still have it. It may, melt later on this week, or some may melt. I don't think it'll all melt. We're forecasted to get a little bit above freezing, a couple days, maybe even a little rain, but I've mentioned in some of my past videos where the weather forecast here is a lot of times not real accurate. I'm not trying to be negative. I understand living by the Baltic Sea, it's got to be a challenge to forecast what's going to happen. But the point is, yesterday they had only forecasted about an inch of snow, and I'm thinking we got at least 6, maybe 7 inches of snow with a little bit of wind thrown in. But from a weather standpoint, it has been a roller coaster recently. Of course, most of December was very warm, like 40s in Fahrenheit during the day and 30s at night. Then last weekend, right after Christmas, we had a huge windstorm here, even huge by Lithuanian standards. There were gusts over 100 kilometers an hour, that's 60, 70 miles an hour. And sustained winds for 2 days. I mean, it howled for 2 days with just sustained winds of, let's say 70 kilometers an hour. There was quite a few power outages. We weren't impacted, thank goodness. But, there was some damage in the neighborhood. We didn't have anything that was damaged or blown away that I know of. But one of our neighbors did have some damage in their greenhouse. I'll show that here. And the other neighbor had a trampoline out for their granddaughter, and as we all know, those trampolines are just like a ship's sail. Even though he had taken quite a bit of it off for the winter, there was still enough fabric on that trampoline, so the wind picked it up and threw it clear over his fence. It must have went maybe not 100 meters, but damn close. But for those of you that have a trampoline, you better anchor that thing down. And then, after that kind of blew through, the temperatures kind of went down and we got this beautiful snow that you're looking at here. Again, it is New Year's Eve day. I still actually have to work today, but I'm sure I'll do something. We're just going to stay in at home tonight, my wife and I and the dog. Going to have some fondue, and who knows what will happen tomorrow. But on that note, I wish everybody a happy new year. Hope you had a good time. Just to wrap things up, thanks for clicking on the video, and we'll talk to you real soon. Hi everyone. As you saw in the opening clip, or the previous clip, we got a bit of snow here. I was out snow blowing. It's about 10 in the morning, and I don't know, this morning we had maybe 3 inches, maybe pushing 4 inches, 7 or 8 centimeters. I did, as I said, move some of it with the snow blower, which I'm glad I did. And since then, I bet you we've got another inch or possibly 2, another 2 or 3 centimeters. But now I'm just kind of keeping on top of it with the shovel. And the snowblower does a pretty good job, but it doesn't get right down to the bricks. I like to get right down to the bricks with the shovel. The other thing that I've mentioned in a recent video is kind of my style of how I shovel. A lot of people think I'm crazy. A lot of neighbors think I'm crazy. They say, well, why are you shoveling? It's not done snowing yet. And that's fine. I like to stay on top of it. You know, if we've got 2 inches on the ground and I know we're going to get another 2 or 3 inches, I don't wait until it's done and shovel, 4, 5, 6 inches of snow at one time. I'd rather come out here and do 2 inches at a time, 2 or 3 times, if that makes sense. The good thing about getting old and cranky is I don't really care what people think. I mean, honestly, I don't want people thinking I'm crazy, but it really boils down to I don't really care what people think. I do things kind of my way, fully knowing that my way is not necessarily the best way. But beautiful day. Anybody that knows me knows that I love snow. I don't mind cleaning snow. I'm definitely not going to get the plow out on the ATV, but I will probably just make a bunch of passes on the road just to pack down the snow. I like to get a good layer of pack, so then if we do get a bunch more snow, the plow goes across it without digging a bunch of gravel. I do have skid plates on the plow to raise it up off the gravel. I know some people say, oh, just put a piece of PVC pipe on your plow. It'll keep it from digging up gravel and everything else, which sort of works, but eventually that PVC breaks. But anyhow, I will keep going here. Maybe this is my last time shoveling for this round. Maybe I'll have to do it one more time. The forecast... and by the way, you can't really see it now. The wind has died down a little bit. That way is north. It's a wind right straight out of the north, so it's got some teeth. But where I'm going with it is that 3-4 inches in some areas, there's 6-7 inches. Other areas there's 2 inches. That's what happens with the wind. But all is good. I'm glad to see things white and cold rather than brown and wet. More to come. I'll probably give you a final summary. I got to do the greenhouse, my little shed addition roof, etc. But we'll see what happens. So, in my previous clip, I mentioned that I was going to go out to the road and just kind of pack it down a layer, and I wasn't going to plow. Once I got out to the road, I quickly realized we have more snow than I originally thought. I think right now it's done, obviously, but and I'm all done cleaning up. It's about 3 in the afternoon, and I've been at it all day. But I think we ended up with at least 6 inches of snow. Some places sure seems like even more. Still got my gear out, but everything's cleaned up. And I even did the shed roof, and I cleaned off the greenhouse several times. And not only do I do all of the paved and brick areas, I have to make some paths for Pippa to come out and do her business. So that's what all these strange paths are in the yard. That's for Pippa the dog. I plowed the whole yard, the whole road, one end to the other, We've got a few turnaround areas that I keep clean. And I did a few of the neighbors on the next road and a few of the neighbors on the next road. So I have been busy moving snow. So here's a really nice Christmas gift that I got. It is beer, but not just any old beer. Schwieteris Kompass, aged for 24 months or 2 years. Lovely thing. Let's take a look at the actual bottle. As you can see, it's got a top on it almost like champagne. I've had it before and it's absolutely delicious. Honestly, Schwieteris isn't my favorite beer in the world. In fact, it's not my favorite beer in Lithuania. But this particular one, this fancy one, is absolutely delicious. It is 8.5% alcohol, so it's about twice what normal beer is. So you gotta tread lightly, but I'm looking forward to enjoying it either on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.